Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and being a producer of Wrestle Massacre as well as Inside Movies Galore, I am David Strege, and welcome to Delusions of Grandeur. Enjoy the reviews. I certainly did.
Okay, Dave, that's it. Screw you and your college flunkies. I've had enough of this from you and from everyone else. I know what you guys are trying to do. Break me down, drive me out of the force. Well, it's going to take a hell of a lot more than a lame prank like this to get Curtis Mooney to throw in his badge, so fuck you. Over.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Inside Movies Galore, or at least the channel that Inside Movies Galore began on. And before I go on about this next review, I wanted to kind of state where Inside Movies Galore is going. So it's not that we're changing in the very least. We are broadening our horizons, and we are going into different directions with the podcast. So the podcast is going more broader. So are my reviews. So my reviews are going to be under Delusions of Grandeur. And I thought that was a very mysterious name. And I think I would like to be known by that. So my name is David Strege, and I run Delusions of Grandeur, which is where I'm going to stick my reviews from here on forth. And I'm going to be probably doing those reviews here, as well as taking the podcast discussions that we have here and sticking them up on other avenues besides YouTube. So let me get on with the review. In a Mouthful from Momentum Productions, in association with producer Capital Fund, as well as in association with Code 39 Films, as well as going with Zenic Independent Films, director Eric D. Howard, who is normally known as a stunt choreographer or stunt coordinator, having to do with, he's worked on productions like Mallrats and things of that nature. He brings to us a very beautifully crafted film with excellent cinematography in my mind, as well as a very cool gothic tale of love. So this is a film, and here's what the film is called. It's called Voice from the Stone. And here's what it looks like. It's got a very cool cover. Came on a Blu-ray combo pack, and that's kind of cool. So Voice very much starts and begins as the boy in our story, Jacob, played by DeRing, is speaking to his dying mother as she tells him another woman will come along. You will know her by the love she shows you. So listen to my voice in the stones in the walls. And this is what his dying mother tells him. Um, Entering actress Emily Clark, who plays Verena, who is a woman who's like a nanny who works with children by staying with families. And she has it's kind of a way of living, a sort of companion um, job like thing. 7 months, Jacob has not spoken. So Verena leaves one position to apply for the job of trying to get the boy to speak. Upon arriving, Verena is greeted by a caretaker or butler of the grounds, as well as Jacob and his father Klaus, who is played by Sokas, who later plays in what we know as Into the Badlands. Which this is a very different role for him too. Well-refined and reserved Klaus thinks that she's exactly like the others. And soon, Verena realizes both the boy and the father are haunted by the mother and wife of father and son. To make matters even weirder, Verena is visited by an old woman named Lilia, played by Gastoni, whom turns out to having been a spirit as well as becomes the naked muse of Klaus, as he is a sculptor and has begun sculpting the body of his wife before her late death. As the puzzle grows deeper, as deep as the quarry that Jacob keeps disappearing to, Verena realizes that the mother is speaking to the boy as well as trying to speak to her to look out for her family. But will she be able to make the boy speak before she befalls the same fate? I think that this is a very original story, as I think the area location was extremely beautiful. It had something to do with the quaintness and antiquity of the film, which placed it in the 1950s. I think as well the person involved with the clothing of the cast should be recognized as well, making it a timepiece. I think this was the best film that I had seen that year of 2017. It's not that it was scary or really that horrifying. It's romantic and kind of gothic and haunting in the best way possible. I really enjoyed this film. It'll definitely be remembered by myself, and I recommend this film to all horror fans. And like I said, the film stars Emilia Clarke as Verena, Martin Sokas as Klaus, Katerina Marino as Melvina, Kate Linder as Levakia, Remo Garon as Alessio, Lisa Gastone as Lilia, Edward Dring as Jacob, and so on and so forth. So I could see myself watching this again fairly soon. I was really impressed with this film. It definitely had a good vibe for it. So hopefully you enjoyed my description of this film. Like and subscribe to my page if you have not. Definitely check out some of my previous reviews. Check out some of my future reviews. I'll definitely have some more cool stuff in store for you and to entertain the public. I just enjoy describing the films that I watch and giving as much information or little as possible, depending upon how new or how old the films may be. So if your opinion is different than mine, then I guess that's you. Me, I very much enjoyed this film, and I will do so again. Though it does have a kind of an artistry vibe to it. I've seen similar stories to this kind before, but I do believe that this is an original work. So, in any case, like and subscribe to my page if you have not. Definitely, thank you for coming back and listening to my ramblings on the films that I watch, and I appreciate you all ahead of time. Thank you so much for supporting. And just watch. Just go out and watch the film. Thank you so much.
You were good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see?